Mini Wargamer Dave here from miniwargaming.com. Here with Phil, the Glacial Geek.
Woo.
Oh, woo, woo, woo! Question for you guys right now is what faction would you be in 40K? Not just what would you collect, but what would you actually be if you were a real person or being in the 40K universe or in the AOS universe? What would you be? And we want to see your comments down below. This is mostly for afterwards if you're watching it and it's not live, but you can also leave the comments right now because that'll be very helpful. Also, Phil, hi, how's it going?
Yeah. Good. How you doing?
Good. We're doing a giveaway today, Phil.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. Should we show the peoples what is being given away?
No, I think you should just send it to me and call it done.
Send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
The border's still closed though. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna. You know what? That's fine. We'll send it via boat.
Yeah, passenger pigeon. So, or like two swallows carrying it connected by a rope.
I like what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say show them what they're gonna get.
Okay. So it's gonna be a box set, which is this right here, which is Blood of the Phoenix. I was gonna call it Flight of the Phoenix. I always like mess that up when I see it. But yeah, so Blood of the Phoenix. This is the Eldari versus the Drukhari. So pretty sweet.
Yeah.
D Nexus K, you're amazing. Hello, how are you? Also, you know what? That's the big giveaway. There's going to be some more stuff. I think with that we could show later.
Yeah.
But here, one more thing. I'll show one more thing.
Yeah, show them one more thing.
We got a character here. We got Drazar. I don't think I'm saying that right, but
Drazar.
I
don't know. You're still 38,000 years before he can get mad at you for mispronouncing it, so I think you're fine.
Oh, okay. But
yeah, he's not going to be around until the year 40,000. Yeah, you'll be fine.
No, yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah. Is he only like one year old though?
Oh, that's true. I guess he could have been angry for many years or a couple years at least before then. But I still think probably thousands of years before he can start getting mad at you for mispronouncing his name.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I like it. But yeah, so a couple things I want to talk to you about. First and foremost, for those who don't know Phil, the Glacial Geek, Phil has a YouTube channel. He makes battle reports. Been doing it a number of years, and Phil's my cousin.
Yes.
Because
if not legally, at least emotionally. I'm definitely emotionally your cousin.
That's right. You tried to tell me that you weren't my cousin.
Yeah,
and
you just wouldn't.
There's zero evidence of that on paper that you're my cousin, or in familial family trees. There's no evidence, but I just like to call you my cousin.
Yeah,
because of you looked like a Viking the very first time I met you.
Yes, it's true.
My dad's Viking, so I just figured you're my cousin. So
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. To be fair, I also have no proof that I'm not your cousin.
There you go. See that right there. There's the yin yang of the logic circle.
Yeah, no proof that I am, but also no proof that I'm not. So.
There, how do you know you're not? Exactly. I like it. So, yeah. Beards all around.
Exactly.
So so it's pretty sweet. You got a YouTube channel, and you focus. Is it mostly in 40K, or also do AOS?
It's almost entirely 40K. Just because that's kind of what I have a giant collection of, so it makes it easier for me to kind of focus on that, especially as a one-man band, just the only guy doing it. It makes it easier to keep on top of at least one game that I can then do a couple different factions and keep the variety going. So I always talk about that I could get like a 2,000 point AOS army, but that's good for like one battle report, and that'll quickly become old for content. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
because. And your play style is casual? Is it casual? Is it tournament? What?
Yeah, it's like a mix of the two. So I really enjoy going to tournaments and having competitive, but as long as the person I'm playing against also has that mindset, like I don't want to go in there and club a baby seal. That to me is no fun. I'd rather have like my hard-nosed list smashing against your hard-nosed list and like see who can like come out on top with that. Or I also just like being like, how about we bring as many Terminators as we can fit into a list and just throw them against each other and see what happens there and have fun, or do a narrative game. Like I had recently did a kill team battle where we did it very narratively, where it was just Snickrot, so like the sneaky orc guy, and he was sneaking into an Imperial facility to assassinate a rogue trader. So we had it where like my models and my kill team couldn't see him unless he was like alerted them, and we had rolls to see if he alerted them, and he just like snuck around and killed a bunch of people. It was a ton of fun, and it was like very unbalanced and not, in no ways competitive in the slightest, but it was just a ton of fun having, playing with our little space toys. So yeah, it was great. I like doing both.
How did you come up with that scenario?
Honestly, my friend had just gotten the model, and he was like, I really think this would be cool to do in a kill team. And I was like, how about instead of just having him in a kill team, we just do something narrative with it, because I could see him just being super cool and narrative that way. And just hashing it back and forth, we came up with the idea of alerting them. And I know that you guys had done some stuff similar on some of your narrative battle reports where you had like where the armies gets alerted based upon your actions. So we just kind of like riffed from there and came up with ideas that, like, depending upon what happens, like if he moves within 12 inches, he just has to roll like a 2-up, on the to alert them. And if he passes, then he successfully hit it. But if he like throws a bomb or something like that, it would have to be like on a 5-up. So you have to roll that 6 to make sure you don't alert people.
Yeah.
And it, just kind of like hashed it out and came up with an idea and then tried it out, and it worked out really fun. So, and you have to go into it with the right mindset too, just being aware that, like, there was very little chance that I was probably going to win that one, but it was a ton of fun. So, and that's what it comes down to.
It sounds like a win-win.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's about. Just, enjoying the game for what it is. So if you're looking for a competitive hard-nosed, tactic palooza, then that's great. As long as you both know that's what's going to happen and that's what you're looking for, have fun with that, and, regardless of what the outcome is, enjoy the actual game itself. Or if you guys are just looking for something fun and really fluffy and just, riffing really fun, hard with your friends, then doing something like that also benefits, as long as you go into the right way. Because if my friend had come into it with, just Snick Rot, and I decided, like, all right, well, I'm just going to have like a bunch of Hellblasters sitting on the back edge over here, and they can see you from like 30 inches away, and they're just going to shoot you slowly until you die or get close enough. It's like, well, that's no fun. You just got to, as long as you go into the headset in the right mindset with your opponent, that's what I always find makes it fun. And that's what I want to do. I want to have fun, because at the end of the day, it is a game. So,
I feel like how I have fun is like a good battle going back and forth to like turn at least 3, 4, and hopefully 5, right?
Yeah.
And so there's that. But the number one way in which I have fun is when I field world eaters, and then I have berserkers, and they disembark and charge, and they kill something. I don't care if I win or lose the actual mission. I feel like I have won when I have done that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like my favorite unit doing my favorite thing. Do you have a favorite unit doing a favorite thing that you just want to have happen every game that you bring them?
Oh man, to be honest, I am predominantly a Dark Angel player, and have been for a while. And they really do like plasma, and I really like plasma. But at the same time, I I have a tendency to roll 1s in key moments, and honestly, I find it so hilarious, no matter what the situation is, that every time I shoot with either Azrael or a special character that has plasma, and I overcharge it, I always have a good time. I always want to overcharge the plasma on my special characters that will then inevitably blow themselves up, even though they get the rerolls and everything. Although that looks like it may change, they just announced with the way that Aura is working. But regardless, it's always fun to risk those guys and just know that those ones are coming, because you see the look on your opponent's face and you see the look on your face, and you just have like, if, no matter what happens in this game, just having that moment of being like, oh man, is he going to blow up? Is he going to blow up his warlord and give me warlord kill by blowing himself up? It's like, it's just so much fun. Just having the moment, whether he blows up or not. If he does blow up, we all laugh, and my opponent is probably a little bit more happy than I am. But at the end of the day, regardless of what he does, it's always fun to just be able to do that. If I can risk the lives of my main leaders in my list, then I'm probably having a good time.
It's worth it every time.
Absolutely.
And I find it really fascinating that we as adults, adult men, for the most part, physically, I love how we're on the same thing. See, that's why you're my cousin, right?
Exactly.
We invest so much emotionally into these models that are fighting on the tabletop with dice. Like, we really care about stuff that happens, and there's many moments in a game when it's tense because we want certain things to happen,
Oh, absolutely.
and when they don't happen, we feel the anxiety of the potential of doom that could happen. It's just so strange. Like, how does that happen? What's actually going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's because anytime that you're doing something that you have an emotional attachment to, there is that emotional investment in what's going on. So whether it's you're watching like a sporting event where you're really rooting for your team, like it comes down to that last second field goal and you're sitting there like super tense and, you know, and wanting to kick, it's like you have zero impact on what's going to happen. And if he makes that field goal, literally your life does not change in the slightest. If he misses that field goal, literally nothing in your life changes. But you have all these emotions pent up into this one situation that isn't life changing, but you just have you attach yourselves to it because you put yourself as part of that story. So in our case, we have these models that we've bought and built and, you know, in many cases painted, or we've had painted, and you make the list and you bring the list and you set up the game and you're ready to play it. There's a lot of buildup that comes towards that game. So it's not like a video game where you just like where you turn it on and everything's been done for you and then you start playing, where it's like if your guy dies, he dies. You know, you might want to get there and you might have some emotional attachment there. But I think especially with our game, because there's so much involved pre the actual game itself, you really invest a lot emotionally into it, so that when you get to that key moment where it's like, I need this 9-inch charge. If I make this 9-inch charge, you know, I don't know, my life found purpose. You know, that's what it feels like in that moment where it's like, if I make this 9-inch charge, I succeed as a human being in life. And that's like how it feels in that moment, because we've invested so much before that moment of that 9-inch charge that it really feels like that's what's going to happen. And then, you know, and that's what I think brings us back, you know, time after time, because you have that emotional investment. You have that feeling of elation when you make that 9-inch charge, or that feeling of just like of devastation when you fail that, when you roll that 8 and then you re-roll it back into an 8 and you're just like, no, there's just like that emotional ride, and that emotional like feeling is what brings you back game after game. And I think that, you know, that's where it goes. And then at the end of the game, it's over with and you go, all right, well, that was fun. And you shake your opponent's hand, or, you know, bump fist or whatever it is. And, you know, you get to move on with your life, and there was zero consequences to what happened, but you got to feel that emotion where, you know, there isn't an orc that's literally charging at you from 9 inches away. Like, it's just that emotional feeling of having an orc charge at you from 9 inches away, that at the end of the day, you can then put the model back on the shelf and be like, well, that was fun.
All right, let's get some feedback here.
Yeah.
One of the best feelings, this is from Alec Luta. One of the best feelings is repainting a mini after he has done something amazing in the previous game, like an orc skull.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, and it builds up on the, you know, on the lore in your mind. Like I have this one scout that when I painted him, his eyes were just like, it was like the wide-eyed look, and his head's like slightly cocked and his mouth is like slightly open, so he looks like he's just like he's looked into the warp a few too many times, and he's been there, seen some things. So eventually, like, people start noticing it, and he starts doing some stuff, and now he's got his name. He's Jenkins, you know, and he's the lore and the legend of Jenkins lives on as he goes from battle to battle. And it's like, I'll even have it where I'm playing a game and he's not the sergeant of the battle, because when I painted him, I didn't like think of him as anything special. But we'll have it in the middle of the game where it's like, I should take Jenkins away because having the extra leadership of the sergeant around is better for me. Mm-hmm. But no, Sergeant not Jenkins, his sergeant. Sergeant not Jenkins is his name. He always leaves. He always gets taken off as a casualty before Jenkins, because Jenkins is always the last one to be killed in his squad, because it's hilarious, and that's what you get. And you build that lore time after time, like, you know, like you said, you know, you put if you had this like one guardsman who happened to roll at 6 and killed the orc war boss at the last, you know, with his last wound down there. Yeah, paint an orc skull and put it on his base, and that's the trophy that he got for killing the orc war boss.
That's sweet. I love it. I love stuff like that. It just adds so much more to the immersion.
Yeah, and also to that emotional engagement that we talked about, where it's like, this guy has been there and seen it. Sure, where he's been is people's tables, and where what he's seen is my shelf and my carry case. But still, he's been there and seen it, and you feel that kind of emotional attachment to the story that you build for them.
And I totally get it, because you know what, Defi,
Yep.
he's 13 years old, and he's been around all that time, and so he's been with me everywhere, literally around the
Yeah.
world. And
Yeah.
it's nuts what
Yeah.
he's been through. And then when I bring him to a game, I don't know why he's always targeted first. It was not fair.
It's because they know it. They see Defi and they're like, "Oh, it's Defi."
It's definitely, I gotta kill him, like every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, did we not play a game when you were fighting Defi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that I probably targeted him
I
first.
think you did. Yeah. But that's okay. That's fine. I don't have a memory of that because I have a 5-second memory, but
Exactly. But it would. I mean, if I didn't do it, it would be disrespecting Defi to ignore him or treat him like some other plebeian model. It's like, no, it is Defi, and he deserves to be attacked. Provide the blood oil for the blood oil god, I guess. whatever it is that Defi bleeds.
I see what you did. Yeah. Ectoplasma.
Yeah.
Something.
All that stuff. Whatever he's bleeding is for the blood god, I'm sure. He'll have a side collection of Defi's materials.
His materials. Okay, so new Defiler model ASAP says Straight Jacket. Well, if they did come out with a new Defiler model, I wouldn't decline it. I would certainly get a new one. I don't think it would be Defi. It would just be the new Defiler.
Yeah. Like a sidekick Jeffy or something like that. Yeah, Jeffy. Defi's sidekick.
Yeah.
So
I think it would have to be. Okay, so just changing gears here for a second. Have you seen online? Have you seen the 80s action hero campaign stuff that I've been posting?
I have seen that stuff. Those models look fantastic.
Props to Vito. Painted them up, and they look fantastic. Absolutely amazing. I can't wait to actually have them on the tabletop and for them to be out there and for us to be in the campaign. So just to give you some details about the campaign, because I want to involve you a little bit on this right now.
Okay, cool.
So in the creation of it, because you have a creative mind. We've done collaborations in the past where like you're thinking of stuff, and you do it all the time on your channel anyway. Right?
I try.
So, okay, so the way it's going to be is it's basically the Expendables. Right?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice.
And it's 40K rules. Okay. And they are let's compare them to a Death Watch team where they're each their own a model, right? Yeah. If it's a boss, they get more XP. If they win a mission, they get more XP. But every time they upgrade, they get to add another special ability to their character. Nice. And they each come with 3 unique stratagems that they can, use throughout the game. And there's 5 characters in total. There's Schwarzenegger, there's Stallone, there's Chuck Norris, Mr. T, and there's Kurt Russell, because that was the 5 models that came in the Hardcore Miniatures box that they sell, right? So that's the company that makes them, which I'll be interviewing the one of the guys from Hardcore Miniatures soon. Actually, I was in contact with him earlier. But anyway, so I am printing out all this stuff, and I'm compiling all the suggestions that people are leaving in the community. And okay, here, let me show you some of this stuff. Right? I'm just I'm gonna pull out Chuck's stuff. So I made this in Photoshop. This is a lot of my enjoyment as well is like making this kind of stuff for campaigns, right? So here's Chuck, and I put blank stats there for his stat line because in case he gets upgrades and whatnot.
Yeah.
Level, XP, and command points. And then for the Warlord trait, I think you could see it there. Yeah. Friendly models can reroll wound rolls.
Oh, nice.
And for his war gear, he's got his beard, his legs and fists, combi plasma, and frag and crack grenades. And I put legs and fists because he doesn't need weapons. He's Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah.
And so each character has 2 tables that they're able to upgrade on. And so here's Chuck's. He's got his 2 tables. Nice. And people are coming up with the most ridiculous, insane, awesome suggestions for the rules for these guys, right? And like I come up with a few, but really it's the community that's coming up with all these insane ideas. Yeah. And my job is to just to organize all this stuff and compile it into.
You're basically a remembrancer.
I am a remembrancer for this campaign. Is it okay? So get a load of this, right? You're gonna like this. So here, number 1 ability here is Chuck Fists. He hits of 6+ auto wound. Wound rules of 6+ results in no invulnerable saves allowed. Right?
I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of simple. It's not like overly broken, as a lot of the Chuck Norris comments were just ridiculous. I couldn't use them. They're not feasible in a campaign. It would make them unusable. It's like, okay, one of them was if he's on the table, everyone automatically fails morale, and you automatically win the campaign. So it's like, okay, all right, that's fun.
That might ruin the game slightly. It might be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably what would happen, but we got to make it like realistic in the game sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of my favorites. It says, Death had another Chuck Norris experience. Okay, so all incoming damage is reduced to 1, regardless of the damaging source. In addition, Chuck cannot lose his final wound to a mortal wound. Death is just too damn scared of Chuck.
I like that. I like that.
This is fantastic, right? Like, come on. And there's two tables of this, right? So the player in the campaign is going to be Steve.
Nice.
And I'm crafting missions that are based off of the different movies, different action movies, right? So the first stage will be a Predator stage, and they're all going to be fighting the Predator. And then the guys on the team, they'll take turns being the villains, like actually being the villain side. And so I'm the games master, so I'm facilitating everything and like giving the narrative of the mission and like recording everything. So it's going to be nuts because Steve is very reactionary, so he's perfect to be the player throughout this campaign. He's also a fan of these movies. Right. He's a fan of all this stuff, and he's big. He just reacts really big, right? So like any little thing happens, it explodes, and it just makes it that much better.
Yeah. The battle reports that I've been in with him have always been ridiculous and over the top and awesome. So
and those are just like, here's my army, here's your army, we're fighting, right?
Exactly, without even adding in all of this awesomeness. Yeah, so I can see that being very good.
So apparently, rumor has it that Chuck Norris created the Emperor, and he answers to Chuck.
I like that.
Oh, so good. Okay, so my question for you is, what do you think? Because nothing's set in stone yet, right? Like, what do you think a good warlord trait would be for Chuck?
A good warlord trait.
Right. I just put this because I'm like, okay, cool, makes sense. Friendly models within 6, reroll their wound rolls, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be something better. It could be something different. Okay.
How about I think a cool one might be if he's in close combat, that your opponent has to reroll rolls of 6 because they're so intimidated by Chuck Norris. So instead of you re-rolling rolls of 1, they have to re-roll rolls of 6.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I like that. In fact, you know what? There it is. That I think that makes sense. Wow, that wasn't hard at all. Jeez. Yeah. All right, so
he should also have on his war gear where if he's in close combat, he can make an extra attack with where it's a fist punches out of his beard instead of a chin. He has a fist where it's like almost like a chainsword attack, where it's like he gets one additional attack at like a base level. But
okay, here's a question: is that just out of your mind? Is that out of your brain right now, or have you seen some meme that does that?
I saw somewhere where he punched someone with like a fist came out of his beard, where it's like instead of a chin, he just has like another fist. But I just thought that would be perfect, like almost like a chainsword attack, where it's like one additional attack, but at like a base level because it's like his chin fist instead of his regular fist.
Okay, so someone had that idea. They called it beard fist.
Oh, nice.
Actually, a number of people had it, but out of the ones that were left, this is the one that I chose to be one of the options on the chart. It's beard fist, an unmodified 6 to hit followed by an unmodified 6 to wound on the same dice instantly removes the target of the attack.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it's like, okay, cool. Like the chances of that happening, it's like it's not impossible.
Yeah.
It could happen, and it'd be funny if it did, right?
It really would be, especially if it's like against like the final warlord boss or something like that, and he just like one shots him with his beard fist.
I'm gonna have to drastically beef up these bosses in order to withstand all, because this is just Chuck, right? This isn't Arnie, and this isn't Stallone. Like they have ridiculous rules too. Yeah. But it's gonna be fun. So I was thinking that it could be a combination. The campaign missions will be a combination of just these guys going out and fighting. It'll also be other missions where they have like crew members. Like there's going to be small squads that they control as
Mhm.
well, and they're fighting an army, like a combat patrol size game.
Yeah.
And there's others where they have to prevent things from coming in. There's
Okay.
others where they have to set traps and wait for enemies to come. There's
Nice.
others where it's going to be where there's cause and effect type of things where they I don't want to give too much away, but it's they go through this door and they press this button and something is activated on the other side of the board, but they're not sure what it does yet.
Yeah.
And they have to figure. It's almost like an escape room, but on the
Okay.
tabletop.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Like
good.
like a puzzle kind of situation where they have to try to figure out how to do certain things.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, so it'll be a combination of all of that type of stuff. It's not just going to be a bunch of combat patrol missions, although that would
Yeah.
still be cool and fun. I think it's more fun when you vary it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the player, so Steve, never knows what to expect, and also the
Yeah.
viewer. The viewer doesn't know what to expect as well. They're
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, cool, they're doing this now. Oh, cool, they're doing that. Oh, okay. So another question I have for you related to this. So that, by the way, fantastic suggestion. That is it now. That is now his new warlord trait.
Nice.
And we're going to keep the name of it. I am Chuck Norris.
I like it. Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I am Chuck Norris. That's why they're like too afraid. They're like about to strike the perfect strike, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't know. That's Chuck Norris."
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Yeah, they just like hold back just like a slight amount, which is why they got to re-roll it, see what they can get. So.
Okay, so here's another question I have for you, and also for you guys watching as well. If you're watching now live or you're watching after the fact, if you want to leave comments for suggestions for this question that I have for you guys, is what themes would you want to see as missions? So I have two for sure right now. There's going to be a Predator-themed mission where they're fighting the Predator, and there's going to be a Terminator-themed mission where they're fighting Terminators. Because I have actual Terminator models, not 40K Terminators, but like Terminator models.
I like it.
With like vehicles as well, so like a complete like a battle, not just with like a squad of Terminators, but multiple squads and like flyers and drones and tanks. So what would you want to see as another theme for a mission?
So I think it'd be kind of cool if you had almost like a Walker Texas Ranger themed one, where he has to like go into a town to like there was reports that like something was going on in this town. And he has to go into like quell like an uprising or something like that, or take down a like a corrupt, maybe like a corrupt arbiter or something like that. And he gets sent in to go take out this like corrupt local arbiter that's been abusing like the locals, and he has to go take them down. So Walker Texas Ranger style.
I like that. I like that. He's got a quell an arbiter, is what you said.
Yeah, we're like, well, like, yeah, like there's like a local, like the local arbiter has gone rogue, and he's causing problems there. So him and his retinue of arbiters are like holding this town hostage, and he has to go in and go solve it. I think that'd be fun.
That would be fun. I like that. I never actually thought of that. I'm like, I mean, we have the terrain in the studio to like set something up cool like that.
Yeah.
We have. What would you expect the enemies to be in that mission?
Arbiters. I think that'd be kind of cool, like police style stuff. So, because I know that, or they could be like scions or something like that. Just something like like elite kind of like law enforcement people. So I know Necromunda has the arbiters that they have for Necromunda. But if you guys don't have that stuff, because I know you guys have done some Necromunda stuff. I don't remember if you guys have arbiters or not, but if not, it could just be that. So
I got one from one of the suggestions from people. They'd want to see a Space Hulk, aliens, like Predator aliens.
Oh, yeah.
So aliens on a Space Hulk would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
I guess that'd be like probably Zone Mortalis for that, right?
Yeah, do something like that. Very close combat kind of situation, or close quarters situation where you're not knowing what's going on.
That would be fun for like just the small group because it's more confined. I think that'd be one of those missions.
Yeah.
And then someone else is saying Rambo desert theme with squads. Cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. It's similar to the Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
One, it's a desert scene, but only different enemies.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what else do you think would you want to see?
Trying to think of all the different ones. You could do like a car chase kind of scene where or theme one where they're like in hot pursuit of the enemy. So like maybe they're in like an armored vehicle or something, and you have hot pursuit, and then you have to try to follow and then eventually like disable their vehicle, and then they get out of the, so it's almost like a 2-part mission where like the first one is like a hot pursuit where you have to try to like chase them down and try to disable their vehicle, and then once their vehicle is disabled, like the enemy force gets out and then they get out of theirs, and it becomes like a second half of the battle is like trying to take down the enemy that got out of the vehicle.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so car chase, 2-part, disable vehicle. That's cool. So that's basically every action movie, right?
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm not coming up with like something completely far out there. I'm just thinking I'm like action movie tropes. What's going to work? I'm like, yes, that would be grand.
Oh, that's awesome. Kindergarten Cop, escort a bunch of grots out of a Space Hulk.
I like that.
Oh, okay. I gotta write it down. I gotta write that one down.
Or how about instead of grots, you have to escort a bunch of cherubs. So you just have like a bunch of cherubs that you have to escort out.
Oh. Okay, escort a bunch of cherubs.
I like that, Kindergarten Cop. That would be awesome.
I'll put cherubs and grots in this football.
Yeah, I like that.
That's just it, right? This is escort. That's the mission. Protect these kids.
Yeah, they've got like one wound and low toughness. And it's like if you go down, you're in trouble. You gotta cross.
Oh man. Interesting. Running Man, game show style arenas. I like that too.
Yeah. Like maybe like the crew gets captured and they have to like break out almost like the fighting pits of Komara, except game show style.
Right.
I think that
prison break or prison escape themed mission. Interesting.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool too. Man.
And you can have like both of those be like the consequence of like the previous mission being maybe like a failure or something like that, or it doesn't quite get all the things. It's like they get captured at the end or something like that. I think that'd be fun, a fun way to do that.
Right, like maybe at the end of one of the missions they actually get arrested for something.
Yeah, they get arrested or they get captured by the enemy or whatever it is. Like at the end of it they get captured and put into jail or sent off to this off to this world where they do the the Running Man style stuff. I think that'd be fun.
Okay, get this. Training montage on a vertical board with each hero on a different level. That's you know what, that's okay. I have to put it because it's a type of campaign where something like that would actually be appropriate. Yeah. And especially for the nature of the campaign, and that would actually work. I can think of how that would actually work. And they would fight enemies, right? Yeah. They would do stuff along the way, and absolutely. In fact, the name of the mission is called Training Montage.
I like it. Oh, and it's like you have like they have to go across like the different platforms, and as he gets across to the other side and drops down to the next level, the character changes. And that's how they have it. So it's not like all of them going at the same time. It's like they go across. So like you have like Arnold go across the top one, and once he gets to the end there, drops down and becomes like Chuck Norris. And then he goes across and then drops down and becomes Mr. T. And then he has to go across and drops down and becomes becomes the next one, and just to go from there. I think that would be really kind of cool. Yeah, to see them do that.
That's cool too, and it kind of puts the focus on one.
Yeah, at a time, and they're going across, and then they just go through like the training, like they're going through their different training montages each like individually.
Oh, this is gold. It's all gold, man. All you guys, you and all you. This is awesome. I love it.
Chat for the win.
Okay, each hero finishes level. Begin with next, or begin with new hero.
Yeah, the new hero. Yeah.
On another level.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so that here's the funny part. That's 8 ideas. That's not including the Terminator or the
Predator.
The Predator. So that's 10 mission ideas. my original plan was to only do 8 missions for the campaign, and if it was successful, which I have a funny feeling it's going to be popular, just because, I mean, it's kind of our demographic, right? Like that's the huge majority of the people playing the games, watching the bat reps and stuff is, I mean, it's kind of our age.
Yeah.
And so, like, man, talk about nostalgia. Like, how much fun would it be doing, like, watching this, playing this? Oh, by the way, making all this available online afterwards,
Nice.
like during it. Like, you can print out the sheets, you can print out the charts, because it's community created, right? Like, we all kind of made this together, so it would be wrong of me to hoard it. Oh, these are all my rules, and so it'll be available for everyone after it, and also like the character sheets and stuff, also making them available. Nice. Just because it's fun, man. It's totally fun.
For sure.
So that's 10. So what do you think? Do you think 8 missions or 10 missions?
I mean, I don't know. As a viewer, I always like want more, but I don't know if that's just me being selfish. So, but I think either which one would work. I think these are all cool ideas. So, you could have a couple missions. Maybe you could plan on 8, and then if you have, if things go a different way, you can have more. Where it's like, the training montage happens because they fail a mission or something like that, and then you throw in the next one. I think it'd be kind of cool.
You know what? Okay, so that's 10 ideas. It doesn't necessarily have to be like that's the mission, right? Because there could be better ideas. Like, for example, the Rambo Desert idea. That's a very generalized idea for a mission, right? What does it actually entail? What would you expect to see in a Rambo mission? What would you, if you were the player, Phil? What would you want to fight on? What would you expect the mission to be, and what would be fun for you to do as Rambo and his team?
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool if they were like stealthing along, but then they had to like take out like different groups as they got closer to like the main base, and then it just became like a big giant, crazy battle at the end.
I like that stealth at the beginning.
Yeah.
See that? Okay, that adds like an extra element to the mission, which just makes it fun, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of these, especially with the narrative kind of stuff, if it's fun to, like, all my battle reports, I always put a little bit of a narrative twist on it. So there's always a story that's going on. In the regular battle reports I put out, it doesn't dictate what armies come in. What dictates what armies come into the battle. So what I want to play and what my opponent wants to play, that then dictates the story. So it's like I throw it down. We've got 2 armies. So my friend brings Blood Angels and I want to bring Dark Angels. Or it's like, all right, well, there was a Astartes with dark power armor that was causing trouble on this planet. The Dark Angels think it's a Fallen. The Blood Angels think it's one of the Death Company. So they both want to keep their secret. So they both come down and they can't tell the others why they're there for it. And then they end up clashing. Throwing in that narrative is always fun. But I think with a specifically narrative driven like content, like, campaigns and games like that, having those other non-core mechanics really adds like a whole nother level to them. So having the stealth aspects to it, having the hidden doors and the trap doors, or the trap things going on that they have to try to figure out, those always add like a whole nother level where it's like, having a narrative twist on just a regular battle is fun, but having those other twists and turns and different mechanics that are going on always makes it even more fun, in my opinion. So, and
I think with 9th edition, adding the performing actions mechanic to the game in general,
absolutely,
actually makes the narrative missions that much more sense. That makes them make more sense, right? It's like, okay, you can do this thing, you can do this narrative thing, you perform this action, takes a turn, whatever, because there's already rules for what an action is.
Yep.
Right? And it's like, okay, cool. I perform this
action. That's what it comes down to, where it's like, if you really want to hack this terminal, you have to take the action, because you can't be sitting there. Like, no one's able to hack and like shoot enemies with like pinpoint precision at the same time. So now you have this actual core mechanic that you can use in a different way, where it's like, you have to spend your time either hacking the terminal or shooting the enemy that are coming down that corridor. Yeah. And it's like, you got to make the decision on what you want to do and how you're going to do that. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. I think it's great. So what I was going to say before also was like, if this is well received by everyone, right, I'll make a season 2 of it.
Nice.
And I'll add new characters.
Yeah.
right? Because like there's no Bruce Willis here. Like he needs to be on this list, and he's not here, right? There's so many more people that you can add to the list, right? There's Dolph Lundgren, right? There's Jackie Chan, right? Wesley Snipes. Like there's just so many, and like even just people suggesting like, oh man, add this person, add this person, add this person. Like, oh, I want to. And then we could take it a step further, right? Because this is just like inspired by 80s action heroes. We could do 90s. We could do modern day. I thought of doing a modern day one where like one of the characters is John Wick.
Oh yes, I like that.
And another one is The Rock.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
Jason Statham, and then Vin Diesel, and like who's another modern day Tom Cruise? Like there would be. That's what it would be, right? Like it's a team of these guys. So there is no amalgamation of anything yet with these guys, but it would just be fun because there's a whole bunch of tropes you can add related to these guys.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah. Will Smith, he'd be on there too. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
So he's kind of he's in that in between time where it's like late 90s, 2000s, and still right. He's kind of there.
I like it.
All right, Phil. I think it's time for a chaos comment bomb. What do you think?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Okay, so should we do the channel you suggested before?
Sure, we can do it again. See if they like it. We can do that again.
Okay. All right. So just so you guys know, you guys don't know who it is,
or you might, but you just don't know who specifically yet.
Can you do me a favor? Can you message that to me in Facebook so we don't give it away who it is yet?
Sure. Do you want a link to the YouTube?
Yeah, that works even better. I mean, probably faster for you and me. Everyone can see. Okay, so I'm going to move this so you guys can't see.
That is their channel.
Oh, nothing came through. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, so I'll put you back on. Yeah, so. All right, perfect. All right. I'm going to do their latest video. Okay, so for those...
Cool.
Oh, 44 minutes ago. Amazing. I love it. Okay. All right, so for those of us who don't know what a chaos comment bomb is, this is what a chaos comment bomb is. I'm going to post a link in the chat. By the way, if you're watching afterwards, you can also participate in the chaos comment bomb to help inflate the explosion that we will create right now. So I'm going to post this. And what you do is you leave a comment on this link that's being posted. The comment could be something like, Dave and Phil say hi from the Shrine of Chaos. You could say, we give you warm hugs with our beards. Or, no, don't say that.
That's weird.
As long as you can leave it.
Make it weird.
I can't help it. Whatever you leave, just they have to know that they've been chaos comment bombed by the Shrine of Chaos. Whatever the comment is, that's all that matters. That's really all that is. But anyway, this is Mob Rules. Really cool dudes. They interviewed me one time on their podcast. It was a lot of fun. So they do a podcast, and they do. It's 40K podcast, right?
Yeah.
And they also make videos. I'm not sure if they make them of their podcasts.
So I think most of their videos are like segments from their podcast, and then they have other ones that they put out from time to time, other content. So I think this latest one, it looks like, because I haven't even seen that one because that happened literally came out when we were talking. So while we were talking there, so I'll have to check that one out. But it looks like it's like another one that they have done. So, but yeah, they put out their own content. They also put out like their their actual podcasts and stuff like that. So
cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna click on what I like to do is I just like to kind of refresh it. So they started with 10 comments. All right, so. All right, we got to see how many we got here. We need. All right, we need a lot more comments here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we've only doubled, but they only had 10, so we need more. We need a significant amount more comments in order to get something here. And when I say get something, I mean for us to start the giveaways, because it's one of those things where it's kind of like, it's all about the sharing of the chaosness. We want to see a lot of fire here. Did you guys get the link? Maybe not everyone got the link. All right, so I'm going to post like a big block of links so it's unquestionable which one to click on. All right, so that should be good. Okay, that's more like it. Chuck Norris sends his regards in the Shrine of Chaos. That's amazing. Yeah, so that's the Chaos Comment Bomb. Thank you for your suggestions, Phil.
Yeah, no problem. Always glad to help spread the love.
All right, so starting with the giveaway. You guys ready for this?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right, so for the first one, let's start with some. Let's just start with a big one. Why don't we do that?
Boom. There we go. Go big or go home.
Blood of the Phoenix. I always think of Flight of the Phoenix whenever I see this. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just, I think I may have mentioned that at the beginning too.
Yeah. Or Rise of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Is it Rise of the Phoenix? What did I say?
You said Flight of the Phoenix. You said before, and I said Rise. I just now said, literally just this moment, said Rise of the Phoenix. There's zero backstory behind it. I just said it out of my mouth.
The backstory is you forgot what you said, Dave.
Yeah, the backstory is I have no idea what the backstory is. Backstory is there's no backstory. Backstory is I never know what I'm going to say until I say it.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to type in the word blood. I like that. Out of all these words here, that's my favorite word.
I was gonna say if that wasn't the one you were gonna choose, Dave, I was gonna.
Might be a little predictable, but you know what?
You literally have like a corn berserker in your background there, a full-fledged one. I was like, what are you going to choose out of all those words? You're like, it's like, if you put in the word the, it's like, come on, Dave. Everyone knew.
Might be, the thing with predictability is you can trust it. See, that's the good thing.
It's reliable. You're not predictable. You're reliable. That's what it is.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so time to choose a winner here. Okay, so we have to choose it randomly via mouse wheel. By the way, this is not official in any way. You don't have to register anywhere. You don't have to write an essay. It's just literally we're just gonna scroll the mouse wheel, and if the mouse lands on you, you win it. That's really it.
But if you want to write an essay, then I mean, feel free. I'm not going to stop you. But just not to us. Just write it to somebody else. Who cares? Got him.
Oh wow. Okay. Amdui. Congratulations, Andui. Cool. Andui. I'm going to send you a whisper on Twitch. Always sounds so funny. I'm gonna whisper to you on Twitch. Yeah, so this whisper, Andui. Just gonna say hi. Message me back with the shipping address that you would like to send to, and also put you're the winner of the Blood of the Phoenix. That'll really help me because 5-second memory and stuff. I may not remember later on. So, all right, that's the first one. So for the second one, we got multiple giveaways here. Let's do it. Okay, let's do this Drukari character. Okay, kind of to go with the Blood of the Phoenix here. So what should the word be, Phil? What do you think?
Dark.
Dark.
Isn't the dark kin?
Okay.
Type kind, whatever it is, dark, whatever. But dark. Keep it simple.
Type in the word dark. Excellent. ASMR. Oh,
This has been your ASMR minute with Dave and Phil.
sorry, everyone.
New show idea.
Who's
A new
wearing
show
headphones.
idea. Or you're welcome to everyone
Or
wearing
you're welcome.
headphones.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna go with. You're welcome.
We got to add the whispers though. All right. So,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, we're gonna choose the winner very soon.
Yeah. All right. Choose the winner who wrote Dark.
Yeah.
And again, if they want to write an essay, but just don't send it to us, but they can keep it for themselves. I think it'd be great.
This shrine got really weird.
Yeah, it did. It really did. This is going to be in like a whole other segment at the Shrine of Chaos, the ASMR moments.
The grim, dark whisperings of
The grim dark the grim dark whispers of the dark gods. I like that. That is a great idea. Or the worst idea. It's one or the other.
Oh, tingles in my ears.
You're welcome.
All right. Congratulations, Michael Clayton Pig. I believe you left one of the rule suggestions for a character recently. Did you not, Michael? If you did, thank you.
If you did, congratulations. If not, congratulations regardless.
Yeah. So this is where you got to message me on the Mini Wargaming Facebook page. That's where you send the message and say that you have won this, because that's how you claim your prize. The prizes. Mikhail. Dark. No. Oh, why did I say dark? Okay. You won the Drukari Drazar. That's Facebook. Okay. For the next one. Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys... Yeah, I think you guys knew. I think I showed this off at the beginning.
You didn't show this off.
I did not.
You showed it to me. This is a special coming at you, unexpected. Boom.
Boom. All right, Necromunda terrain. We're doing it. Platforms and stairs.
Such cool terrain. All this, they've been knocking it out of the park with the new Necromunda terrain. It looks so cool.
I agree, 100%. All right, Phil, what should the giveaway word be?
Glacial.
Glacial.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of self-promotion, right?
Ain't nothing wrong whatsoever. This whole live stream is one giant self-promotion.
Yeah, and ASMR moment. So it's self-promotion and ASMR.
You're not wrong.
Oh no, not at all. Go watch the Glacial Geek on YouTube.
I'm laughing because I got my headphones on and I'm watching
You're feeling it.
And it's so, as I feel it, no matter where I go, I can hear you feel your tongue in my ear.
Yeah. If I had $1 for every time I heard someone say to me that no matter where they are, they can hear me, that I think I'd be a rich man. I get into your head.
All right. And Coronation. Congratulations, Coronation. You're the winner of these platforms. All right.
Who their favorite Chaos God is?
I wonder.
It'd be ironic if it was like Zinch, and they were like, but Zinch Nation was taken, so I just went with Coronation.
I just typed in Coronation in the whispers, and Coronation came up, and then Coronation came up. So Coronation, hi. Sending you a whisper on Twitch. Just let me know what you won here. And Dewey, also remember to message me. You haven't done it yet. I can see it.
Gotta do it.
Claim your prize.
Claim them.
That's how you do it. All right, so that's it. Coronation. What did I say before? I said Michael Dark. Oh my god.
Yeah, Michael Dark.
Coronation. It's funny how the brain can't do more than one thing.
Yeah, it's the Glacial Nation over here.
Coronation, I need your shipping address. Okay. Necromunda terrain. And then Andui. Or Audui. Audui, I think is actually how you say it. Blood of Phoenix. Phoenix. All right. That's the 3. Okay. So Audui. Or Andui. I'm saying it wrong. Andui.
You said it about 30 times. Want to spell it out?
Andui is the winner on Twitch for the Blood of the Phoenix. You got to respond back to me. Please respond back to me. You got to respond back to me, man. It's just,
All unclaimed prizes go directly to Phil. So
yes,
I don't make the rules, except for that one. I just made that one.
Yeah, but that's a good rule.
But now it's a rule.
I don't
So
mind
I can't take it back. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a good amount of giveaways, Phil.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
Let's do
3.
stuff.
You know, things happen in 3s.
Yeah, exactly.
So I appreciate everyone who is showing up today to the Shrine of Chaos, and thank you, Phil. Where can people find you, Phil?
You can find me on YouTube. So just search for the easiest way to search for Glacial Geek on YouTube. It'll pop up there. It's basically the emblem is my face in cartoon form with goggles and a hood. So you can see a big red beard. So check it out on there. That's where all my real content goes up there. I also have on Facebook too. So you can check that out. Look for Glacial Geek on Facebook. And basically just see all the fun stuff there. Also on Instagram too, I guess. I also post like my painted models on Instagram. So you can check me out there, but mostly YouTube. YouTube's the main one. The other ones are really about working with the YouTube channel. But yeah. So.
All right. So
that was a long and winded way of saying YouTube.
that was a whole lot of words.
Exactly. Yeah. It was about 400 words there to just say YouTube. Check me on YouTube.
Yes. So this is something actually odd. I'm looking at the comments, and there's no comments from YouTube, which is strange.
Uh-oh.
So, Cullen, if you're watching, are you looking at a chat from YouTube right now? Currently, is the Shrine of Chaos live on YouTube?
Uh-oh.
I mean, it should be, right? Because I use Restream, so it says that data is being sent to YouTube. Here, you know what? I can actually, here, why don't I just click on this? And then I can click on this. Huh. Interesting.
Uh-oh, did I break the internet?
Phil, I think the internet is frozen.
Uh-oh. I froze the internet.
Okay, well,
sorry, YouTube.
it's possible that this wasn't streaming to YouTube, which is odd.
Uh-oh.
Because it normally is. Don't get it. Why do you do this to people? Zinch, why did you change your mind?
I mean, that's probably what it was. I messed up by mocking Zinch, I guess. He was like, I'll show you.
No, this is not your fault.
You say that, but
okay. Well, if no one is watching from YouTube, that means no one is missing out from YouTube.
there we go.
Is that good
Fair
logic?
enough.
Yeah.
We'll go with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the fair way of doing it. But you know what? I think we should do another giveaway just because I feel like we should.
Yeah, why not?
I just
that sounds good to me.
feel
Make it
like
happen.
there's stuff on my desk here, and I just want to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you say so, Phil, then I'll do it.
I say so.
All
So,
right. You just
and
said say
according
so.
to those
So.
rules, I say so. So. So.
Okay, so check these out. These are
Yeah.
dials. These are chaos dials from TNT Laserworks. Thank you very much, Ted. So we got 4 here. We got the big ones and the little ones. Little ones go up to 16. The big ones go up to 20. Just double checking. Yeah. So you can use these for like command points or wound markers or victory points, whatever you choose. They're super sweet. I use them in my games all the time. Awesome. Yep. So leave a comment. What should the comment be for this? What do you think?
How about woo?
Like, woo!
Woo! Exactly.
So it has to be multiple O's.
It's got to be multiple O's, but the number of O's, no limit, just whatever it is. Because Unless you have, do you have to? Your system, does it require a specific number of O's, or are you just scrolling right with your scroll wheel?
I'm just scrolling.
All right, if you're just scrolling, then O's the limit. Just O's to the limit with O's, whatever O's you want to do. So, but yeah, at least two. At least two. So if you put whoa, that's not going to help. You got to be woo. So it's got to be W, at least two O's, and then as many O's as you want. So.
You know what? There's gonna be so many comments that have like 100 O's after it.
Well, that's what you get for putting me in charge, Dave. You should have known that was happening. I know you're you run the Shrine of Chaos, but I embody chaos.
All right, the winner is Igor Belltower.
Good job, Igor.
All right. Look at that. Not only did he put woo, he put blood.
Oh, yeah. But he did have the woo, right?
He did have the woo. That was the first word.
There we go. Then that's fine.
First word was woo. So
it's like he's catering to both of us, and I appreciate that.
A little bit of catering.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate being catered to. So
yeah, it's a little bit, kind of like that.
Does that make me vain? Yes. But do I care? No, probably not.
No, I don't think you care.
Not in the slightest.
It's so weird how that happened.
What? You're welcome. Maybe I need to just change my channel to the Glacial ASMR. Apparently, I'm good at it. Dang.
What do you think of doing like an entire episode of just ASMR whispering to each other? I think that would be really weird. That'd be so creepy. I think people get creeped out.
But it would also be the most watched video that Mini Wargaming has ever put out. Man, maybe that's a niche that hasn't been taken out there yet. You have to like ASMR wargaming.
So Igor Belltower, message me on the Mini Wargaming Facebook page. Let me know what you won and put your shipping address. That's how you claim your prize. And that is it. So we're gonna leave for good this time.
For realsies.
It will be for realsies until the next time. So
until the next time.
Thank you, Phil, for joining me today.
Hey, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your suggestions and your thoughts. You contributed a lot to the missions. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there's like basically every mission you had something to say about it.
I have a lot to say about a lot of things. So
you're like a dog chasing cars.
Exactly. It's like there's so many cars. I'm gonna have to chase all of them. So I never catch any. I just chase them all.
It's kind of like I'm gonna throw a subject at you and see where you go with it.
Yeah, exactly. I like to call it shiny object syndrome, where it's like I'll be doing something and then it's like, ooh, shiny object, and then it's like, ooh, shiny object. So if you keep throwing different things, it works because my brain can like latch onto all of them and just keep going rapid fire. Where it's like Chuck Norris punches with his chin. It's like,
it's good stuff. Yeah, I think all of us benefit from it. I really do believe that.
I'm glad.
So remember to check out Glacial Geek YouTube channel, guys. Watch Phil's videos. He makes the fun stuff because I've played with Phil and I've seen his videos and it's good. Like you watch it and you're like, actually you have this thing where it actually feels like you're in the room playing you. That's what your videos feel like. Awesome. So if you guys prefer that style, which is very beer and pretzels kind of style, like that Phil's for you, man. So check him out.
I'm probably not going to be able to tell you about the leech strat like next gen topic like tactics of how to win, but what I can do is show you how to have some fun. So, and sometimes they're tough lists, sometimes they're good lists. I like to think of myself as a pretty good player, but definitely the style though is definitely more oriented to having fun. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to watch a boring video. You want to have a fun video.
It's a fun video. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fun videos. That's what you want. Yeah. And I know what you want because you don't maybe, but I do. I'm gonna tell you what you want, and what you want is fun. Understand? Whether you want it or not, that's what you want.
Then that sass comes out of the beard at the very end.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Phil.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Really appreciate it. Anytime.